Real Enigmas and Theories is back again with another video. There are people who watch TV shows that they claim to dislike, only to go on YouTube and search for reviews of that show so that they can leave comments about how much the show sucks. Yet they manage to throw their theory in there somehow. As far as the TV series From, I've noticed that most of those people share the same theory. Either it's a dream of Ethan or Victor's, purgatory, and some of them say aliens. Most of the negative comments about the show itself are about the writing, but most of those comments are saying that the show is too slow and they don't give any answers. But there are some other complaints about the writing. I came across this Reddit thread that slammed the writers for having, I quote, shitty dialogue, oversaturated curse words that don't move the story along. This thread went on to speak about the writers putting minimal effort into writing quality material, then having the nerve to strike for fair wages. Now, I've mentioned before on this channel that the choice to use so many curse words was purposely done to send a message that everything and everyone in this town is cursed. Grammar is a system of language rules to which speakers and writers tend to conform to. However, the original meaning of the word grammar was the learning of magical incantations and spells. This is why the creating of a word and the placement of its letters is called spelling, as in magical spells. The word swear means to make a promise, but can also mean to curse. Both meanings imply an oath being connected to an overlord or a deity. The presence of several overlords and deities are obvious in the show's symbolism. Cursed spirits in the bottle trees, enchanted human corpses, aka slow walkers, cursed music boxes, and the list goes on. Once the curse was released from the bottle at the end of season 1, at the beginning of season 2, we begin to see a shift in the dialogue. In episode 201, we have Jade cursing in almost every bar, and Ethan even tells Jade that he swears a lot.
You swear a lot.
Get over here.
Then in episode 202, Fatima definitely had bars for those two slow walkers at the door, complete with middle fingers for that extra umph. Come to think of it, Boyd is who opened the bottle that freed the curse, and he started the season off with this.
Fuck you! Fuck him up!
After Fatima's meltdown, the dialogue continued this trend throughout the season. Also, the foreshadowing for certain chakra events was clever and humorous, like when Brian and Kelly first entered the bar, and Kelly says that there are worse places that she could get stuck.
There are worse places to be stuck, I suppose.
And boy, was she right.
Christy, I'm just gonna take a look at you, okay?
Okay.
Is it bad? It's bad. Oh, God. Hey, it's bad. Hey.
Aside from Martin throwing Boyd down a rope with his toenails and Smiles Davis getting his ribs cooked, Kelly getting pinned to that tree was definitely a WTF moment. I mean, with all the WTF moments, it would be quite difficult to write a realistic dialogue without using a ton of profanities. The people that are complaining about curse words in a show like From are just reaching for something to complain about. I mean, it's not like Ethan and the boy in white are tossing around F-bombs and smoking some of Fatima's gas pack. Hell, I'm sure little Megan could have benefited from some yelling and strong curse words. Megan, get the fuck away from that window! Moreover, if you don't like my explanation about the writers purposely inserting curse words to indicate the cursed nature of this realm, then feel free to digest the idea that our residents are in a major WTF situation, which brings out the curse words in a Shakespearean way. Let me pull out my magnifying glass for a minute and reveal something. Let's examine the blood brother ritual for a second. We know now that Boyd brought back a spirit from the bottle tree. Opening the bottle and reading that date served as a conduit or ticket of sorts, and passing through the faraway tree sent him back in time to when Martin was alive. Martin himself had once been affected by this curse and was able to kill slow walkers like we seen with Boyd. When presented by a stronger curse, the slow walkers only spectate, just like when they stopped in the woods by the RV, and just like when they stopped and watched the altercation with Boyd and Smiles Davis. Here's where the curse words come in. My blood is your blood was the incantation used by Martin to pass the cicada nymphs to Boyd. This curse does have its side effects. However, Boyd lived and Martin died immediately because the curse was keeping him alive. Boyd uses that same incantation on Smiles Davis, except he used an extra curse word that caused harm to Smiles Davis. Two things. The slow walkers are cursed human bodies, not aliens. Kevin said that Jasmine was warm to the touch, but Smiles Davis was dry like the orange marker Ethan gave to Victor, and I'm sure he wasn't warm to the touch. Now, I used the word larvae in a previous video about the cicadas, and someone in the comment section corrected me that they were actually called nymphs, and they make a cocoon of sorts, which the cicadas then emerge from. But before that, they burrow underground and they suck the fluids out of the roots of plants. That's what we seen was done to Smiles Davis. And this was due to the extra curse word that Boyd used during his blood brother ritual with Smiles Davis. The second thing is the word motherfucker itself. The word is definitely a cursed word. The etymology of this word has its origins in slavery. Some very wicked slave owners would make sons impregnate their mothers. The term was used on the sons as a humiliation tactic into further submission, and later became an insult commonly used by males to other males. Some people watch this channel and think that I'm reaching with my connections to this town and America's dark history, but this notion was in front of our faces the entire time. We have residents that are in bondage and who can't leave. They are given slave quarters, food, water, and electricity. They work by farming and handcraftsmanship. They have to be inside when the sun goes down like sundown towns. And those who break the sundown rule are killed and their bodies are put on display for the others to see. We have Negro Civil War soldiers, bodies hanging from trees, people in chains, people being freed from their shackles with a torch by a man whose son's name Ellis. I mean, I must admit that Hollywood is oversaturated with the constant rehashing of slavery and Jim Crow. But the way these writers bled these elements into the show is as brilliant as it is undeniable. Me being an author myself, I wouldn't have gone in that direction with this type of horror. But the way they pulled it off was clever, and the visual attention to detail is top tier for sure. Just a quick update. The book is still in the works. I will be announcing an official title and release date in late September or early October. The Real Enigmas and Theories merchandise store is on its way as well. And I can't wait for you guys to see some of the cool merch ideas that I came up with. Anyway, just a little something to think about while we wait on the next episode. That's all for my video today. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.